Yo, what is up, my Shadow Army? So it's I, Shadow Kurosaki, back again with another character analyzing discussion video. So yesterday, I finally decided to go ahead and make this video anyway, even though I already post 2 recent videos today. So I might as well just go ahead to make this one. And today, we're going to discuss and analyze of, well, you basically the title, the Fatal 4-Way Relatable Characters in All in Fiction. These 4 characters that I completely related to of what I'm going through in life, understanding the characters, and how to be better at myself, etc. And these 4 are Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach, Yang Xiaolong from RWBY, and Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. These are the characters I completely 100% relate to these characters, and I'll probably be bringing up a lot of things like I mentioned before in the past several videos and some on my RWBY channel. And for Zuko, I did done a character analyze videos before, and I kind of regretted taking it down. I should have kept that video and left that on the channel. So yeah, my bad. And I already done a character analyze video about Ichigo Kurosaki, and I already done a discussion about Yang on my RWBY channel. So this might be the first time I do a character analyze of all Luke Skywalker. So you guys are going to hear me saying the same thing over and over on why I believe these characters, these 4 characters that I can fully relate, and why. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Luke Skywalker, the New Hope, the symbol of hope, the son of the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. What I learned from Luke as a kid is how to be better of yourself, to be good, to have hope to others, and learn not to give up on everyone. That not everyone is gone forever. Everyone can be redeemed. And Luke is literally the opposite of his father. Anakin is basically a prime example of people make a terrible mistake, and Luke Skywalker is a person to correct the mistakes and be better. Like for example in the Legends EU, where Luke Skywalker revealed his new Jedi Order, trying to be better and not make the same mistake like the previous Jedi Order that let the Jedi Purge to happen. Luke Skywalker has become one of the most powerful Force users in all the galaxy, and he's still the most lovable, relatable character to this day in the expanded universe, and of course the new canon, like how they treated him in The Last Jedi, which I don't want to get into that. So Luke Skywalker, I related to him because, like I said, he's the character that you want to be better, you want to see hope of humanity and see redemption to people, give people a second chance, etc. And he's basically the most iconic hero, and I still remember to this day where in the scene where Luke and his friend are trying to escape from Jabba before they're about to get sent to the Sarlacc pit, I still remember when he ignited his emerald green lightsaber and shouts Leia to get the gun, point it at the deck, and Luke, being the character who see that there's a better life out there in the galaxy, that he deserves something better than just stuck in Tatooine and being a farmer or whatever. He sees a better future, and him being the Jedi, to follow his father's footsteps, to be a better and greater Jedi than his father. I still to this day love the line where Luke Skywalker always say, "Your fair, your highness, I'm a Jedi like my father before me." That shows right there that Luke Skywalker chose the light over darkness, knows not to give in the darkness, because he knows that if he does, he's going to make the same mistake like his father did, give in to the dark side. So when he tossed his saber away and rejected, he chose to be better and do some good and not making the same mistake. He's correcting the mistake and not, starting, keep going with a cycle. He broke the cycle of fault, ended up similar of his father, a Jedi that Anakin Skywalker should have been, not give in to the dark side and be better version of yourself. Luke Skywalker brought his father back to the light because love is stronger than the dark side. Love is balance. Love what conquers all. And that's what Luke Skywalker did. He brought his father back to the light out of love. So I still, to this day, I still believe the Chosen One must bring balance to the Force. The only prime example for balance is love and compassion. Something that Jedis are afraid to embrace, that love and compassion, because they see that as fear, not positive, not the good or balance. So it's because of that, Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, took out Palpatine along with them, fulfilling the prophecy to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. And Luke Skywalker basically, rebuilding the Jedi Order, both legend and canon, to be better, but he doesn't know what to do. He seeks guidance of someone who has experience. He's still the symbol of hope. He's still the new hope. Even though the Empire is no more, people still look up to Luke as the embodiment of hope itself. Embodiment to be better version of themselves. So yeah, that's something I can relate to Luke, is like, I want to be better of myself. I don't want to make the same mistake like my parents did. I want to be a better version of myself. That's why I chose my own path instead of following my parents' footsteps. So that's something I learned from Luke Skywalker, and how much I really appreciate his character, and I do appreciate Mark Hamill, who brought Luke Skywalker into my life. Ichigo Kurosaki, substitute Soul Reaper, part Hollow, part Quincy, human, and a Shinigami. Ichigo is a character that I can relate him as a person, because I know what it's like to be picked on, bullied on, being an outcast, being more of a quiet type of person. And I already made a video about a character analyze of him as a character. People like misunderstood him, and made a video that Ichigo Kurosaki is literally Spider-Man in anime, because him and Peter Parker has very similar comment of, trying to keep their secret identity of protecting those they care and love, being heroes. Like Ichigo trying to keep his secret identity being a substitute Soul Reaper to all of his friends and loved ones, where Peter Parker is keeping his secret identity as Spider-Man to everyone he cares and love, until they learn the truth that, yeah, there are heroes protecting the people and everyone they care and love against threats. Ichigo's dealing with hollows, where Spider-Man dealing with thugs and Rose and his villains, Rose Gallery or whatever. And Ichigo has been several fights, and there are some of y'all people still do not like Ichigo because, he always get his ass beat, he doesn't have a goal or whatever. He does have a goal. His goal is to be strong enough to protect those that he cares and love. The reason why he get his ass beat and come back being stronger is because he wants to get strong enough so he can beat those enemies. So basically, yeah, that's Ichigo as a whole. And again, like I said, I can relate it to Ichigo because of personal life, getting bullied, getting picked on, and being an outcast, being silenced. And the one thing I can relate that Ichigo blamed himself for everything, hate himself of the events, the loss of his mother, and he doesn't want to see anyone to go through what he's been through. And there's a times I do felt the same way where I blame myself for certain things. There's a time I do blame myself that my parents got divorced, and I felt that kind of way back then as a kid. And then when I got older, I realized it was not my fault, and I do not hate myself for it. And how do I put it? And Ichigo was not good to open up to people and being open up minded to anyone, and doesn't like anyone to, protecting or defending him or whatever. Doesn't want to feel like a burden type. But later on in the series, he learns to let people in and help. That's something that I'm still struggle to this day, is to let people into my life, but I'm afraid if I let people in, they're just gonna, betray me, backstab me, and just have nothing to do with me, or they don't want to deal with me or anything like that. That's one thing I was a bit worried, concerned. Like, I had a chat with my second younger brother about this. It was like 2022 or 2023, before New Year's Eve, somewhere in that area. My brother noticed something wasn't wrong with me, and I told him that, like, the fact that every single family member, both dads and moms, they welcome me back in, and I am angry at them. Like, so y'all guys didn't want nothing to do with me, so now y'all want to be part of my life ever since I moved out and got a job. But to me, I don't want y'all in my life because y'all treating me like fucking garbage. Y'all treating me and compare me that I'm gonna end up like my mother and my uncle. Like, that really does piss me off. Like, I hate that so badly that I want to cuss them out. Like, I want to be part of their life, but I just don't want to be part of their life because I just don't want to. And that's something I'm still struggle of that to this day. And when I think of that, I think about Ichigo. It took him so long that from his trauma of the loss of his mother towards at the age of 17, he lets one person that he fully trusted let Orihime to defend and protect him while he defends and protecting her, working together as one. And it's just something that I can relate to Ichigo as well. It's like open up to people, let people in, and like I said, it's like 3 times in a row. Like, again, I know what it's like to be an outcast. I know what it's like to be alone. I know what it's like to be quiet. I know what it's like to get picked on and bullied, etc. So I completely understand where Ichigo is coming from, and that's why I can fully relate. Plus, he's literally the most relatable character out of the big 3. And like I said, he's literally the Spider-Man in anime. Again, if you want to see that video, go check that out. You guys can find it. I go more in depth to that. So, yeah, that's the only thing I can say about Ichigo Kurosaki as a whole. Yang Xiaolong, older half-sister to Ruby Rose, the daughter of Raven Bronwyn and Tai Yang Xiaolong. And I already, like I said, I made a video about that Yang is not a terrible sibling. The only reason why I related to Yang is because being a older sibling, and I am a Yang defender when it comes to her being an older sibling, because I understand what Yang is going through, the struggle that she's going through, what she's been through, know what it's like to be, alone and have to take care of siblings, even raising them, etc. Because I had to do the same thing for my 2 brothers. Whenever my dad left and my mother was not in a good state, selling drugs, being an abusive person, I had to take care of my 2 brothers and basically raising them. And Yang was doing the same thing for Ruby, where Raven left Tai and Yang, and Yang doesn't see her mother eye to eye, and where Summer comes in the picture and RWBY was born, when Summer was quote-unquote dead, Tai was not in a good state, and no one was there to look after both Yang and RWBY, but mostly RWBY, so Yang has been the only one who's been taking care and raising RWBY. In the events of Volume 1, where Yang sees RWBY start to grow up and start leading and be her own person, Yang decided to let RWBY to be her own and not be around 24/7. And that's something I can relate to. I done the exact same thing for my brothers when they were old enough. They were old enough to be their own person and not have me around for 24/7. And if you think about it, Yang literally just gave up half of her childhood, or mostly the rest of her childhood, just to raise RWBY. I had to give up half of my childhood just to be there protecting and raising my brothers, and I had to take the blame, I had to take the abuse for my brother, so I know what it's like to looking out for a sibling where your parents are not in the right spot or the right set of mind or whatever. And like I said, Yang let RWBY be her own person. Sure, Yang is gonna be there whenever RWBY needs her, and whenever RWBY is down, Yang is always there for her. For example, Volume 7, where RWBY was crying, Yang approached her. Volume 9, where RWBY is not in the right state of mind, Yang was there right next to her. So Yang is always there for RWBY when things not right, when something's not wrong. And Volume 8, where both of them had a chat about, the Hound, and Yang is always there for RWBY when both of them are not in the right state, when they mention about their mother, Summer. And Yang is literally bringing hope. Like, RWBY brings everyone together. Yang is more keeping people together, keep everyone as a group. Yang is like the heart of the group. She's basically the heart of the group and bringing hope and not giving up or something like that. And in Volume 9, plenty of people thinking Yang is officially a terrible sister for standing up against her sister and defending Blake. One, that's not a terrible sibling. That's not. When Yang stood up for RWBY, stood up against RWBY, Yang dropped the sister act and put the mother face act, because I could tell from Yang's body language where RWBY approached Yang and Blake. Yang is like, RWBY Rose, I did not raise you to be like this. I raised you to be better. If you're gonna lash out on someone, lash out on me. I could take the hit, but don't put it on anyone else. And I could tell that's how it works. Like, do you want any of your friends or your family members or your siblings gonna lash out of your significant other, and you're not gonna defend your significant other? Then you are a terrible person, and you are a terrible person, terrible sibling, and a terrible partner if you do not stand up for them. I would have done the exact same thing if I was in Yang's shoes. I would have stand up for my significant other and stand my ground against my brothers if they tried to approach my significant other like that. And secondly, Blake is still have the trauma of, the abuse and the toxic. When RWBY lashed out, Blake felt, okay, PTSD started to kick in, because this seems so similar of her dealing with Adam, etc. And Yang knows that, and that's why Yang defending Blake and standing up against RWBY, and Yang puts the mother figure face on and not as a sister. I would have done the exact same thing to drop the brother at and be like the father figure. So, because they know better. So, Yang is not a terrible sister, and I don't understand why people think she is. She's not. And Yang is a character that I could fully relate and understand of her struggle, what she's going through. When Yang finally let RWBY be her own person, Yang could finally be herself. Something that she never got the chance, and something that she lost. When I let my brothers be themselves, I could finally be myself once again. Even though I did had half good childhood and the other just bad, I did get the rest of the half back, etc., to be myself. So again, I do not understand why people think Yang is a terrible sibling, where 9 times out of 10 you have siblings, older siblings, would have done the exact same thing for Yang. So I don't understand why people hate Yang for doing something like that, you know? Prince Zuko, son of Fire Lord Ozai, the older sibling of Princess Azula, the nephew of Uncle Iroh, and the Prince of the Fire Nation. Who has the best redemption story arc, and out of all the characters, he is the most relatable character out of 3. And like I said, I did have a video about where I go so in depth, personal level of how I can relate to Zuko. I did a video about that, but I took it down and I kind of regretted it. So this might be very fucking personal. And if you guys feel uncomfortable or felt a certain way, yeah, just let you guys know. The reason why I related to Zuko is a lot more worse than, well, this might be way different way similar to Yang, but a bit different. Zuko, how to put that? He's the most relatable character because I do get pissed off a lot, and he's also an outcast. He's the firstborn, and he also got abused, honestly. And let's just say the reason why I can relate to Zuko is because of a lot of things. Because let's just say again, like I said, is I know what it's like to be an abusive child. I've been going through with that as a kid by my own mother, and I know what it's like to harm yourself because I've tried basically several times trying to kill myself, and Zuko is trying to do that as well. And I know what it's like to be the firstborn, not getting much love and attention and support that I need. And I know what it's like to be looked down upon. And I know what it's like that some families just like to play favoritism. Like for example, my dad, God rest his soul, who just loved playing favoritism with my second younger brother and never just wanted to spend some time with me or my other brother. And my mother was an abusive person. And another thing that I can relate, I know what it's like where a parent just leaves you and you just feel like, abandoned or something like that. When Zuko's mother left because it was out of protecting and out of love, his mother is sent to banishment, exile. And my dad, where my mother had the full custody of me and my brothers, my dad couldn't do nothing about it. And when they got divorced, he just left and did not say a word. And at that moment, I felt abandoned. I felt like I meant nothing to him or whatever. And I was like, Zuko just want love, attention, and affection from a father, etc. And plus, I can relate to Zuko between nephew and uncle bonding, because I had this similar thing with my uncle, who's the one who got me into a lot of things like, Yu-Gi-Oh, anime, video games, etc., and basically taught me to, think before you act, have common sense, something like that. And just because my uncle was there for me, he sees me more than just his nephew. He sees me as his younger brother, like how Iroh sees Zuko as his other son. He sees him as his son. So that's something that I can relate to Zuko about that as well. And yeah. And again, it's just, I know what it's like to be in Zuko's shoe, because it's hard, it's harsh, and it's a pain, and you have to deal with all of that. And the one thing I love the most Zuko, where he's feel a bit conflict. He doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. He doesn't know what to feel, and I felt the same way as well. Especially the moment where, he's angry, he doesn't know why, and I felt the same way. But when Zuko straight up said, "I'm angry at myself," and it clicked my head that I was angry at myself. I'm mad at myself. I'm frustrated at myself. I'm stressed because of myself. I'm in pain because of myself. I don't know what is wrong with me. I hate myself because how I am or who I am. And that's how I really feel. And the one thing that Iroh sticks, his quotes that always stick by me, when he said, "You must ask yourself the big question, who are you and what do you want?" And it sticks by me. I just want to know who I am and what do I want in life. What do I want? Something that I always wanted, and it just never comes to my mind. And it's just and I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have a pride, because I always have that pride as well. And it's just, Zuko is literally the most relatable character in all of fiction, because you can understand what he's going through. You understand the struggle, you understand the conflict, you understand the anger, you understand everything he's going through. It's like you're in this world. You are Zuko, you are the Prince of the Fire Nation, you are this character, you are that person. It's like you've seen a reflection of yourself, etc. And Zuko is the character that I'm 100% related to out of all the characters in this list. Zuko is literally the number one most relatable character in all of fiction, and that's why I have him last, so I can discuss about him. Again, I used to have a video analyzing his character, and I kind of regret taking that down. I should have left that on that channel so you guys could watch it, because it was the best video I ever made to talk about analyzing Zuko. So I kind of regretted taking that down. I should have left that there. So, oops, that is my bad. But yeah, that's Zuko to this day is the most relatable character in all of fiction, because you see yourself in Zuko. You're basically in this world as Zuko because you understand him, etc., etc. So yeah. So there you have it. Those are the 4 characters that I'm related to in all the fiction. These characters that I look up to, these characters I could fully relate and understand, know what it's like to be in their shoe, learning from them how to be this, how to be that, etc. So, like I said, out of all these characters, Zuko is the number 1 most relatable character. Number 2 is basically Yang, because I know what it's like to be an older sibling and be the father figure to raise a sibling, etc. Ichigo, literally number 3, and Luke Skywalker is the number 4 when it comes to out of if I did top 4 relatable characters, it's literally that: Luke number 4, Ichigo number 3, Yang number 2, and Zuko number 1. And now I can finally put this video to rest because this is something that has been on my mind recently. And I was just gonna do like 3 simple characters, but I realized no, there's one more character I can fully relate. I might as well include this character in. So that's why it's called the Fatal Four Way Relatable Characters in Fiction. So this might be the best video and might be the longest video than the others. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And this might be the last video I do talk about several characters in one video, because basically it's kind of like a trilogy, so to speak. When I did the Ride or Die waifus in anime, Yoriichi, Esdead, and Urza Scarlet, that, and I did the menacing trio villains, Goku Black, Darth Vader, and Sosuke Aizen. Now this might be the best one. Fatal Four-Way relatable characters that I grew up and understanding and learning from them and know what it's like, etc. Yeah, this might be the best one I ever done. And I've been had this on hold for quite a bit, so I'm glad I decided to just go ahead and make this video now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What are other characters besides these 4 that you are most related to? And out of all of these 4, who is also your favorite character and your relatable characters that y'all still look up to this day? Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social medias will be down below, sketch box. You guys know the drill. Links to my CashApp, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below, sketch box, and in my bio if you guys want to donate to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critius, and I'll see you guys later.